Hello, hello, hello. What's up, people? It's been a tough and testing time for the patience of Chelsea fans. हम सब चेल्सी फैंस के लिए एक बहुत ही अहम और बहुत ही मुश्किल वक्त है and we don't know how the next couple of months will pan out. It all depends on how the next couple of weeks go, really. And I will add Yash to the stage. Brother, what is up? How are you doing?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Here we are
Not
again.
not good,
Oh,
brother.
yes.
Not
Yes,
good.
of course.
Not good at all.
The Chelsea Blues.
Blues indeed, yeah. We are literally have the blues. This club has the blues. The fans have the blues. The fans are suffering, bhai. The fans are suffering for the longest freaking time. And is there a turn around the corner in fan sentiments? We clearly see that now. There is a clearly a mass sentiment rising against the owners. अगर उससे कुछ actionable चीजों से कुछ फर्क पड़ेगा is another question. I think altogether. But clearly the mood is very different amongst our fan base यार. मैं इतना कह सकता हूँ क्योंकि मैं आपको कहता रहता था भाई कि देख यार जो भी हो जो भी कहते रहो यार. The point is we don't know if this project of this ownership will become successful or not, right? There is clearly certain things जो गलत हुई हैं, स्क्वाड इम्बैलेंस्ड है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद मतलब कोई अंधा इंसान भी बता सकता है कि चेल्सी को ये चाहिए चीजें चाहिए होंगी, मगर ये ओनर्स लगता है क्लियरली डोंट हैव that in mind. They don't have in mind the idea कि we have to be competitive. They don't have the idea that we have to compete at the top necessarily. क्योंकि टॉटनहम हॉटस्पर ने दिखाया है ना एक रास्ता, जैसे उनको देख लो और ब्राइटन को देख लो. These clubs are making profits despite not being very successful. मतलब चलो ब्राइटन relatively अब छोड़ो, but in terms of if you're talking about the top level, playing at the football at the top level, the Champions League, year in year out, competing in Premier League, competing in cup competitions, or winning at least some silverware, इन क्लब्स ने कुछ नहीं किया, right? In that sense. और लेकिन इन्होंने प्रॉफिट बनाया है. स्पर्स के अकाउंट्स में प्रॉफिट रिपोर्ट हुआ है despite not having played Champions League, despite being so poor. And yet Spurs fans कायदाद में प्रोटेस्ट में आए थे before the United game, right? They showed up, they protested, and kudos to Spurs actually fans कि they finally got fed up and they organized, they collectivized themselves. और मुझे लगता मैं तो अगर कोई भी मेरे जाके पुराने वीडियोस देख लेगा बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सीजन से, आई वाज वेरी स्केप्टिकल ऑलवेज. और यश मैंने शायद आपको भी कहा था कि देखो जो भी अच्छा कर रही है चेल्सी, जिस पॉइंट पे कर रही थी, मैं वही बोलना चाहता था, ऑल क्रेडिट इज ओनली टू मरेस्का. क्योंकि जो भी परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं वो है बावजूद ऑफ द रिक्रूटमेंट स्ट्रेटजी, नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ इट. Not
Mm-hmm.
because of the recruitment strategy. It is because you got a decent manager somehow who could make these players play. But उसके भी लिमिट्स अब हमें दिख रहे हैं. वो कितना ही कर सकता है, वो क्या ही कर रहा है बेचारा. नाउ ही इज ऑल्सो फॉलोइंग द क्लब पॉलिसी एंड लाइन, लाइक टोइंग द क्लब लाइन. ही नोज ही कैन नॉट से सर्टन थिंग्स. वो बेचारे को कहना पड़ रहा है at times कि oh we don't need to play in the Champions League, oh we don't need to, because उसको actually बोला गया है कि you don't need to play in the Champions League. He's been very clearly told कि ये ठीक है, नहीं क्वालिफाई करते तो कोई नहीं, नेक्स्ट सीजन देख लेंगे. So here we are then, as fans, how long do we keep negotiating? Because we already seen at United what happens if you keep tolerating for too long. लुक एट द मेस यूनाइटेड इज इन. यार यश हम हंसते हैं, हम ऑब्वियसली मतलब हंसने वाली बात भी है, लेकिन रोने वाली बात है उन बेचारों के लिए. यार सोचो, आई मीन टू सी योर क्लब फ्रॉम द पिनिकल ऑफ सक्सेस टू ड्रॉप डाउन सो लो दैट कि आप चांट कर रहे हो दैट इट डजंट You're nothing special. You're nothing. We lose every week. We lose every week. We lose every week. You're nothing special. We lose every week. This is what they're chanting against Spurs, against lost, my man, United fans. And and I had seen Chelsea fans do this during Potter era. हम इतना हार रहे थे, used to हो गए थे भाई. मुझे याद है हम पिट के आए थे at Emirates 3-1 under Lampard's Chelsea. He was same season. You know, it seems bizarre to say now, right now, if you think about it, but yeah, same season. इसमें पॉटर भी था, इसमें टूकल भी था, उसमें लैम्पार्ड आया. लैम्पार्ड पिट के आया 3-1. उस गेम में भी चेल्सी फैंस चांट कर रहे थे आर्सेनल फैंस को. We lose every week. We lose every week. You're nothing special. We lose every week. I mean, for banter, yeah, it's great. I mean, sure. Because are Spurs doing anything? No. Have Arsenal done anything since then? No. But
Mm.
आर इज्जत का हमारा फलूदा बना हुआ है यार चेल्सी फुटबॉल क्लब का अभी लिटरली एंड सेंसिबल
Mm.
फैंस आल्सो आर नाउ सीइंग फाइनली जो सोशल मीडिया स्पेस पे दे आर आल्सो गेटिंग फेड अप दे आर रीचिंग द एंड ऑफ द पेशेंस मेरे तो बहुत पहले आ गया था आई हैड ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू यश आई थिंक पहले भी आई थिंक इफ आई एम करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग बट अनलेस फैंस ऑर्गेनाइज एंड स्टार्ट रेजिंग देयर वॉइस अगेंस्ट दिस ओनरशिप इन व्हाटएवर फॉर्म मैटर व्हाटएवर कुछ नहीं बदलेगा एटलीस्ट देयर विल बी नो डायरेक्शन ऑफ चेंज एटलीस्ट नो tide against this whatever is going on and I'm glad that people are finally doing it. I want to love to talk about what else is going on. अभी 25 जनवरी में a protest is planned by Chelsea fans in London. They're gathering there and I don't know how many people will turn up. That doesn't matter. The point is whoever at least believes is the ownership does not at least distrust this ownership क्योंकि बहुत लोग यश हमारे फैन में इसमें ये भी बोल रहे हैं कोई बोल रहा है कि बोली गलत नहीं है बोली को रखो क्लियर लेक को निकालो वो क्लियर लेक के शेयर्स बाय आउट करो कोई बोलता है कि नई नई ओनरशिप को मॉडल चेंज करना चाहिए मॉडल चेंज पे कंपेल करो उनको कोई ओनरशिप कहीं नहीं जाएगा कई बोल रहे हैं व्हाई आर वी नॉट क्लियर लेक आउट और व्हाई आर वी ब्लू को आउट ये क्या हो रहा है प्रोटेस्ट में okay I know it's a lot to take in for people कि क्योंकि ये भी बहुत confusing है I know it but this is how global finance capital works देखो बात सिंपल है ब्लू को एक पेरेंट एक शेयर होल्डिंग कंपनी पेरेंट कंपनी क्रिएट की गई टू बाय चेल्सी फुटबॉल क्लब ओके एंड ब्लू के मेजॉरिटी स्टेक होल्डर्स है इज क्लियरली कैपिटल अ प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टमेंट इक्विटी फर्म एंड जिसके काफी शेयर होल्डर्स हैं क्लियरली कैपिटल इटसेल्फ राइट And amongst the people who bought a majority stake, some of the stake includes of Todd Bowley separately, who also has shares in Clearlake Capital also separately, right? So there are different entities coming together, but the main company parent and company जो create हुई है to buy Chelsea Football Club, it is called Blueco, and hence the protest is aimed more or less at Blueco because Blueco was specially created after Roman Abramovich was ousted from the club and this company was created to precisely purchase this football club from him right debt free debt free which was like no okay fine no debt buddy there you go clean slate kuch karo acha is club ke bare mein boy that was famous last words whether we can you can flower us Yash because you can say yeah we're aching to get back a rich billionaire back to own us again which is quite sad. I am obviously not that nostalgic of Roman Abramovich. Obviously I'm grateful to Roman Abramovich for everything. I think no one, I mean let's be honest, he actually loved the football club. Simple si baat hai bhai. Agar if he did not love the football club he won't have tolerated so many ill expenditure, losses, poorly run finances of this club. Otherwise, koi nahi karta. We were just, he was our sugar daddy, as I had once told you. He was our sugar Roman Abramovich. As even as you know, so sugar daddy Roman jab tak the, so we were living a good life, yaar. We didn't like a toy, we threw it out the pram. Sugar daddy Roman got another toy for us always. It was like that. Sometimes he himself threw the toys out most of the times. Not not was not even our choice or sentiment but nevertheless it was at least, I think we all rest assured, I think fans ko only thing they missed is that they knew this guy cared for the club at least. He wants actually, like, he's a fan who wants the club to be successful. And success meant, if not always winning something, but at least competing, looking, being in the Champions League. मतलब कुछ तो करो. बट भाई ये लोगों
Hmm.
का वो सीन नहीं है, मुझे लगता है ये लोगों का सीन नहीं है, वो क्लियरली नहीं है. और ये ने साफ दिखा दिया है कि यार, आई एम सॉरी, आई डोंट यश, I'm so fuming. मैं अंदर से बहुत भरा हुआ हूँ यार. मैंने बोला नहीं है, मेरा मन बहुत कर रहा था इमीडिएटली आफ्टर दैट 3-0 ब्राइटन लॉस, जो 1:30 बजे रात को मैंने उठ के देखा, राइट, which I switched off at 60th minute after the third goal. मैं देखा ही, मैंने एक्चुअली कभी, this is very one of the, I don't, even after usually bad losses I sometimes see it, but it's one of those times where I was like, I'm done. Like, I was done. I was like, मैंने देख लिया इस गेम जो देखना है. 3-0, the game is over, nothing's gonna happen. I was just hoping कि 4-0 ना, मुझे सुबह उठ के मुझे पता चले 4-0 भी हार गए. I was just hoping दे ना हो बस. चलो वो नहीं हुआ, शुक्र. But इन ओनर्स को, मतलब इनको शर्म आनी चाहिए भाई. दिस हेयर इज अ क्लब, ब्राइटन फुटबॉल क्लब, जिसका आपने मैनेजर ले लिया, जिसके आपने कोचिंग स्टाफ ले ली, जिसका आपने मॉडल चेप लिया, जिसके आपने प्लेयर चेप लिए, जिसके आपने किटमैन तक ले लिया, जिसके आपने उसके अनवांटेड कीपर्स तक के ले लिए भाई, अनवांटेड उनके आइटम्स भी ले लिए, and we still got spanked by them twice in 1 week. We conceded 5 goals. Oh my goodness. If that's not embarrassing, I don't know what is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is. Dance says, thanks for the comment, Dance. Thank you so much. Keep engaging, keep tuning in, please, if you like what we do. Okay. My thing is, I don't hate the purpose of Blueco. I just don't like who runs it. If we can sell Blueco to someone with football knowledge and the finances behind them, we can become something great. I mean, yeah. I mean, on paper, yes, it makes sense. Of course, like, if that can happen somehow in the accounting financial part of it, I am fine with it. I think each and every Chelsea fan will be fine with that also. The thing is, people are targeting Blueco in particular is because it's a rallying point. मतलब बहुत आसान है फिर किसी को बताना कि भाई देखो इसके खिलाफ करो, क्योंकि essentially वो entity ही was created to purchase Chelsea Football Club. Hence, even no matter the league, see the how the hows and whys of it, जो कैसे होगा, वो कैसे बदलेगा ownership, that can happen two many ways. It can happen the way, Dance, you have said, कि ब्लूको को किसी का ओनरशिप स्ट्रक्चर ही चेंज हो जाए, उनने अपना स्टेक ब्लूको में बेच के किसी और को और बेच दिया, कोई और आ गया, किसी और ने मेजॉरिटी स्टेक खरीदा, या वो एंटिटी ही खत्म कर जाए और ब्लूको से कोई और ही कंपनी लिटरली और ग्रुप या व्हाटएवर purchases it from, or whatever parties to come together, and or a party comes together and purchases from Blueco its shares of thing. So it can happen either way. I don't mind as long as the ownership social structure changes, is all I care about. Simple as that. Is my only and simple point, is what I'm saying. Yes, तुम्हें, I don't know, you, तुम्हें क्या लग रहा है? तुम्हें लग रहा है कि हम ज्यादा कर रहे हैं? I know you tell me as a Liverpool fan, you have things going fine for you, because I know you can't right now connect to us because you're in a very different space. Okay, but as an outsider, what do you see? What do you see?
My hamdardi doesn't extend to you, and it has nothing to do with where we are at this moment. It's
Hmm.
because how bratty, how uncouth and bratty you guys have been for the last, I don't know, 20 years, rubbing your fucking knob, snobby, whatever noses in our faces, you know. It was unabashed display of, vulgarity. And I'm finally like I'm so happy that it has finally come to an end. And which is not even an end. I mean, it's just going to continue because I feel like these protest calls are premature. I get the resentment. I get the I get the whole like, crisis call and everything, but I feel like it's just one season. I mean, you're not gonna, I mean, अभी तक कुछ definitive हमें पता भी नहीं चला कि whether the season is over. At one point of time, you were like top two teams in the country, and Maresca was the greatest manager. He was in the call for, manager of this month for many times, and suddenly it's just, it's all gone south, and you guys are now blaming it all on the, I don't know, the management, sorry, the ownership. But I feel, of course, there are, I mean, there is this thing that
I'll tell you
you have
why.
rightly said.
Hmm.
There's this thing that you rightly said that, they've changed the business model, they've changed which is also sort of changing the ethos of the team, which is looking
Definitely.
at it more pragmatically
Of course.
in a more
Of course.
business-like way, and it's sort of uh, effacing that whole feel of it of a football club of of going out there winning stuff and
No.
uh, and that connection between fans and the club is sort of eroding.
Yeah.
But man, it's too early, yeah. I mean, it's you guys are still in contention for top four, and there are so many circumstances. There's so many things that are going wrong with you. I mean, Cole Palmer is frozen, and suddenly
Hmm.
Maresca's, strategies are not working.
Not working. Yeah.
What is he doing with people like Pedro Neto, man? I mean, Pedro Neto was a killer. He was a killer on the wings, and suddenly he looks so emasculated. He looks like one of those, those trained German shepherds that you keep at home, who
Yeah,
listens, who
yes,
keeps
I'll
his
tell you.
head down and just runs in one direction. At Wolves, he was crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember the last season,
Hmm. Hmm.
he was tormenting defenders.
Hmm.
So there's something, I mean, you can't forget the fact that Maresca is also a big factor in this sort of bad run of forms. He's not getting some things right. His publicly backing of
No,
Sanchez
definitely.
has gone so badly.
Definitely.
And now
Definitely.
this whole like, his whole tentative press conferences and, his like very tentative positioning on Champions League, it's
Very,
going
very.
to completely erode the trust that fans have on him. Why would he do that? And of course, there are these speculations about,
Of course.
the management and their vision and, the larger vision of the ownership and stuff. But a manager comes to win trophies. I don't believe there's ever a manager who doesn't
Yeah.
like winning games. And he does, and he should do well with his resources. He did that in a championship team. He can do that. He can do
See,
things with limited resources.
of course he can. Like कहने के लिए तो he can do a lot. See, here's the thing, यार. देख, एक तो चल. Let me connect it to Perplex's comment. Big up to you, Perplex. Thank you for joining the chat again. You can indeed become great with this change. However, with the 3 years of damage done, coupled with the rapidity at which the downfall is happening, it'll probably take a decade to restore reputation. See, yes, I think in a similar vein of sentiments, this is what we feel. You may
Hmm.
feel it's premature now, but the thing is, there is a lot of damage being done to what was already working for the club. That has been completely eroded away.
I'm sure everything is recoverable. I mean, next season you win a trophy. Next season you get back into like competing for
What
top
trophy,
four.
Yash? What trophy? This team has not. I was looking up facts. We have lost.
Pochettino could have won the FA Cup, right? I mean, was it the
We
Carling
should,
Cup?
the Carabao Cup, yeah. Yeah, we should
Carabao
have won
Cup,
the
yeah.
Carabao Cup. We should have won the Carabao Cup. But this team just does not have that sense of. See, in general anyway, there was a decline. I understand completely which fan says it's the end of Roman Abramovich era, which was there. We were losing cup finals left, right, and center. I think हम 2018 से, which is like what, 7 years now, we have not won a single cup final. We have played six Wembley Cup finals.
About Champions League.
Yeah, only, I mean, Champions League is the only exception. I think Champions League and probably what, I think UEFA Super Cup and the Club World Cup final. Those three apart, we have lost six Wembley finals. उसमें से तीन लगातार FA Cup final back to back हम हारे हैं. Those three cup finals. And then उसमें से I think तीन Carabao Cup finals हारे हैं.
Yeah,
And
Ayush, I mean,
there was a
reaching the finals
decline
is
in
a
the squad in
big
general.
achievement, I think.
I
Huh?
think the big achievement. Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm fine like losing finals, but the thing is, if unless we win actually one, there will be no end to this overall decline in the mentality of the
Come
players.
on, come on.
I mean, who has won anything apart from Reece James? Okay, Chen Chilwell to gaya, right? Who has won anything apart from Reece James in this football squad? Yeah, batao. Who has won
Yeah,
anything?
there isn't. Of course, I take
Or
that case that there aren't much winners and stuff in this team.
there
But
isn't. कोई है नहीं भाई.
this is a
कोई है नहीं. सब
rebuild,
बच्चे हैं.
and
सब बच्चे हैं. सब बच्चे हैं यार. सब बच्चे हैं. The average age is the youngest in the Premier League. There is no actually experienced leader in the squad anymore. जो एक है टेक्निकली, वो लीडर तो है ही नहीं. वो तो खुद के मैनेजर ने बोल दिया था बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सीजन में कि भाई तू है ही नहीं लीडर, भाई तो हॉस्पिटल एफसी है. तुम हॉस्पिटल एफसी हो भाई. तुम हॉस्पिटल एफसी से पहले जब ट्रांसफर करोगे बैक टू चेल्सी एफसी, देन यू विल बिकम प्रॉपर लीडर एंड कैप्टन एट चेल्सी एफसी. ये बोल दिया था उसने सीधा सीधा. और ये बोल दिया था सीधा सीधा. एंड
Ayush,
who do we
you
have
wouldn't say the
to believe?
same thing about the club. I don't know, 2 months back, you wouldn't say the same things.
I Yash, I wouldn't say the same things. Obviously, I know पल पल की भी बात होती है. वक्त बदलता है, फितरत बदलती है. But I had told you already my expectations also. My expectation very simple. मैं बोल रहा था कि टॉप 4 और कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग तो मिनिमम आई थिंक होना चाहिए इस सीजन. कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग on paper still I think we should win it, but I don't know with the free fall we're in. I have no
Yeah,
idea where it'll stop. And we don't have a striker
yeah,
till April.
and Ayush, oh God, yeah. So that's the real problem.
And you do dekh raha hai, so why is the Maros? Because, and why don't we have a striker, Yash? Directors of football. Who do the directors of football listen to? The ownership. So the buck stops with the owners right now. The buck stops with the owners. These owners have not won anything for us to trust them blindly and say, okay, no, maybe they'll change something. They haven't won us shit. They
But you
haven't
don't
done.
have much of a choice, Ayush, do you? I mean, football fans are at the mercy of their owners.
That's precisely my problem. I mean, that's my problem as a football fan itself. Like, fans don't
That's
have a idea.
introducing too much anarchy. That's never gonna come true. I mean,
Man,
no.
football at its principle, brother. Simon Critchley writes in this book, and I quote to you, brother, a Liverpool fan. You know what he says? I love it. Please feel. The quote is to the vivid sense of community provided by football. And if I have to push this idea further and go out on a limb, we might say that the proper political form of football is socialism. To quote Bill Shankly once again, and you can find similar sentiments expressed by the Brazilian legend Socrates or the Marxist West German 1974 World Cup winner Paul Breitner, or the former Argentinian captain Xavier Zanetti. The socialism I believe in is not really politics, it is a way of living, it is humanity. I believe the way to live and be truly successful is by collective effort, with everyone working for each other, everyone helping each other, and everyone having a share of the rewards at the end of the day. And the irony is obviously of football today. It is run by global finance capital. Of course, that is the ugly side of football. Also, he goes on to say that also. So I'm trying to just embrace a beautiful side which is organically there in football, brother. You can call it anarchic, yes, but anarchy is not chaos. Anarchy is no leaders, right? It's about collective ownership. It is about collectivity. It is about having
Anarchy is
cooperative
also
ways.
when you're protesting for something that
यश अटक गए हैं। ओ यश
you're
ये
not gonna
हाँ तो
hello.
हाँ सॉरी काफी लैग हो गया तेरा बता फिर से बोलो।
I'm saying anarchy is also protesting for something.
I think Yash is having signal problems. Meanwhile, I will take up थोड़ा comment जब तक यश वापस आता है. Okay, I meant differently by what I said. You can still win trophies like Carabao Cup, CC. I presume that's Carabao Cup. But that sense of pride when joining Chelsea or the level of attraction players feel for Chelsea will take time to be restored. I definitely agree with you. I think there's a damage a lot of been done by this ownership already. Perplex, or I think that is what some of the fans are realizing right now, at least. Sorry, Ash, you were saying. Please complete your. आप कुछ कहने वाले थे. Uh,
I was saying ki I meant anarchy in the sense that your goals aren't politically viable. They're not achievable. So you're just going out there and making your point, but Todd Bowley is not going to leave the football club just because some fans are disgruntled and they're unhappy. I think the the larger onus now lies on this this figure, which is sort of um, a kind of a centerpiece for both football management and the coaching side. So the larger management and the sports side of management. So which
I
is
agree.
the
I
which
agree.
is
Yash.
which is
I
the
agree.
which is unfair, which is extremely unfair, and I think this structure of football administration is something that is very unfair to this one manager who's one person, but to put so much ownership, so much power in one place,
Hmm.
and therefore the responsibility bit is also something that falls flatly on their shoulders. It's
No, the buck
it's
stops
a
with, as I
it's
say,
a
buck stops with them. Simple as
it's
that, yeah.
un it's unjust, but at the end of the day, you have to get a good manager, and I think and give him the right kind of support. So there are these both the things, and if I mean, you're not
Yeah.
supported
No, I mean,
like
we.
they could have with getting a
But
transfer
here's the
and
thing, Yash. Here's the thing,
getting a
Yash.
signing, getting an
They will.
attacker
An
in.
elite
Yeah,
manager will never come to Chelsea Football Club under this ownership. They will never come, and I'll tell you why
why
they
not?
never. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
they will never buy anyone over the age of 25. They will never buy anyone who will demand more than 200K. Maybe if they have to say go out on a limb and get a Victor Osimhen who may demand a lot of wages, but knows. But man, this guy will score goals. He will be in scoring position. He will get you goals, man. He will be in those positions at least
What
consistently.
about Sancho? Isn't Sancho demanding a really high salary?
Apparently, Sancho's right now wages are covered half by United, half by Chelsea, and then he's taking a wage cut. He's taking a half wage cut ले रहा है फिर वो next season onwards. That's the deal. The deal has been made permanent more or less right now, right?
Okay.
Because top 10 में तो finish कर ही लेगा Chelsea. So once that is done, it's official. So you see they will so an elite manager will come. The first thing an elite manager will say कि भाई एक सेकेंड आपको मुझे चाहिए भाई एक प्रॉपर स्ट्राइकर लाओ भाई अच्छा स्ट्राइकर मुझे दो वो बोलेंगे ओ हियर इज दिस 19-year-old kid in Brazil in Sao Paulo who is going to tear it up. Oh wow, like has he played in Europe before? No, but he will tear it up one day. भाई मैं उसका क्या करूं? No, you take him, we will buy him. But don't we have David Washington? Don't we have Kendry Paez? Don't we have these people already? और जरूरत नहीं ना मुझे अभी के लिए चाहिए मुझे अभी चाहिए कोई. No, you take this guy. We will see later then. Oh, well, this 18-year-old guy for Barcelona is there. He's not playing for them, but we can go take him. Has he played for Barcelona? No, 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 but he's very good potential. Let's get him. Oh, he's injured also, by the way. Oh, great. So we have no striker then.
There needs to be some
This is,
moderation of that because every club does that to a certain
यार,
extent. They buy players to flip. But
यश यश मैं
uh,
आपको बताता हूँ इनको जब नया मैनेजर चाहिए था ना पोचेटिनो उसके टाइम में
mhm,
उसके टाइम पे दिस इज अ फैक्ट्स आई टेल यू हु द शॉर्ट लिस्ट वाज इट वाज पोचेटिनो लुइस एनरिके नागल्समैन and I think one more was there I'm forgetting but these three were the top three okay choices
mhm,
they went with Pochettino out of these two other managers.
mhm, mhm,
Are you really telling me that Nagelsmann and Enrique are not better managers than Pochettino? Hand on your heart, come on. Let's be honest. Nagelsmann and Luis Enrique. Look at Luis Enrique. He may not be doing
Pochettino
wonders at
had PL
PSG, but
experience. Come on.
he has authority. He has system. उसने Dembele को bench कर दिया. When Dembele misbehaved something, Dembele benched. Dembele got benched. And then when Dembele came back, he's been killing it since then. Playing amazing in the Champions League. Been killing it. Authority. He has
Mhm,
authority. You can say he has some sort of control over his, like some sort of synergy with his players. They respect him. And this more than control, it's about respect. They respect his decision making. यहां पर मैनेजर के कोई रिस्पेक्ट ही नहीं कर पाएगा बिकॉज उसके पास एक्चुअल पावर है नहीं टू डिसाइड हु ही वांट्स टू
mhm,
प्ले एंड द प्राइम एग्जांपल इज ट्रेवर चालोबा man. Trevor Chalobah is literally our best defender at this club, and this guy was sent out on loan.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
What does it say about these owners, yeah? And what does it say about the manager? So clearly, no elite manager will come here. They will not. They will not. Are you telling me Pep will tolerate this? Or even Klopp would have tolerated this transfer policy? No. No way. They would have been hands up. Hey, you want me to win with kids? I'm not playing nursery here, bhai. I'm not here to train crash players. I want players who can also give me experience. Simple as that, bhai. अभी सिटी अब बहुत यंग प्रोफाइल प्लेयर्स के लिए जा रहा है क्योंकि देयर
Mhm.
हैव लोड ऑफ देयर प्लेयर्स आर अबव अ सर्टेन मीडियन एज नाउ अब उनकी एज हो रही है स्क्वाड अब
Correct. Yeah.
जाके यंग पहले देखो नहीं तो उसके कैसे
Yeah.
ट्रांसफर
So,
होते थे लुक एट दैट
Ayush, देखो,
दैट्स प्रॉपर
मैं
ट्रांसफर
तुम्हें
पॉलिसी
देखो, the model that you are talking about, which is the flipping model, of course, uh, it's going to be up for scrutiny because their sort of the linchpin or the sort of main argument for it was that ki Chelsea would be consistently in the like top six, right? So the
एंड या
revenue that's coming from TV rights and so on and so forth, it would be coming along and you would be winning trophies also, and उससे आपके पैसे आते रहेंगे. So this business model is also contingent upon this promise that they'll keep winning. But if they stop doing that, then there would be a reassessment. And I'm sure, man, I mean, this ownership will reassess their ways because the squad composition is so deviated. I mean, it's
इट इज लेट्स
incredible.
let's take
It's
some comments
incredible
also
that.
साथ साथ
uh,
जो लोग आते हैं यश आई विल आल्सो डू दैट
so
But
anyway,
but
let me
but
just
keeping
let
that
me
in
just
mind, I want to get back to you thing. I will also counter that, Yash. I will counter that because trust me,
I'll
I'm ready
just
to take down
finish
these.
this thought and I'll say ki
I tell you
maybe
what.
next season
बोलो,
they'll
पहले आप
take some
complete करो.
serious
पहले आप
calls.
complete करो. Hmm.
Take some serious call. They'll do some reckoning of this business model and they'll work on squad composition
Hmm.
and and I think the larger blame is on Maresca because I don't know it was working. Suddenly it's not working. So he's also has to work on his strategy and system and all of that. Because for the first 3-4 months it was working. And now
Hmm.
suddenly there's a drop of form and it just can't stop. So he
I
has to
I agree, and
mm,
I but I would I agree. I actually agree with the point. But who appointed Maresca? Who told to get rid of Pochettino? Who decided to get rid of Pochettino? Who at the tail end of the season was actually improving the team. Finally, they were gelling. They
Mm.
looked like they had got some momentum finally. And why
Mm.
did he leave? Because they wanted to sell Gallagher. Why did they want to sell Gallagher? Oh, absolute profit, pure quote unquote pure profits on the books by selling an academy player. Sorry. And Pochettino gave up, यार. कि sorry यार मुझे तो चाहिए Gallagher. Gallagher is essential for my system. I cannot lose him.
But wasn't it
And
FFP का, like it was dependent on FFP का जो उनका rule है,
yeah, Yash, if you want to say within
they
the
had to
FFP,
sell.
there are a lot of other things you can do. You could have sold many other homegrown products or loaned out or whatnot and made other deals which could have done.
Mhm.
There are a lot of ways to have avoided FFP. Hell, you could have sold out Disasi and Badia Shile, who were absolutely horrible last season also, and still recovered. What are they doing at this club still? I don't understand. Honestly, I don't understand. And that is why I'm saying this ownership buck stops with the owners, man. For me, I mean, like, Mahrez का आप जितना भी
Yeah,
यार,
absolutely.
you would expect this from a manager who's just had one season, right? वो भी championship में, right? Just
Hmm.
one season of professional top flight football, यार. उसके beside उसने नहीं किया है कुछ भी, यार. How much do you blame him, really? I mean, he's might as well be learning on the job for all we know, yaar. And for that, I think he's done really well. Yes, of course, he's had flaws, bhai. He's literally had one season of top flight coaching. Like top flight bhi nahi, like just
Hmm.
champions, like
Top
professional
flight भी
coaching.
नहीं,
Top flight bhi
championship.
nahi.
Yeah.
This literally is no. But who decided to get him? The owners. The owners. The buck stops with the owners. I mean, Viraj, I know, Viraj, big up to you, भाई.
Hmm.
मुझे पता है तुम मजाक में बोल रहे हो ये सारी चीजें. Take the mic. I think you should take the mic of Chelsea, as Yash would say.
I
Please.
when I read it, when you were doing your thing, I was reading Viraj's comment when it came in, and I laughed so hard.
My honest opinion, you need new ownership, new management, new gaffer, new striker, new goalkeeper, new stadium, new name, new logo, new support staff, everything new, new. Yeah, man. We need everything from top to bottom. I think this club might as it's that's because that's what these guys have done. That's what these. Hello, Daniel. Big up to you, brother. Aapko. Uh, there are levels to how bad club ownership can be. Ask a United fan. Me. People losing jobs. Hello, by the way. Brother
Hey
Daniel.
Daniel,
Big up to you, bhai. Thanks for joining in the chat. And आपको क्या पता है Daniel यार? I see you guys. That's why I don't want to laugh too much at you guys, man. I'll honestly, I said this in a short at the beginning of the season, and I was honest about it. Yeah, see, those are my fears already there. See, I displayed them out there. Post that loss, in fact, it was after the loss to Liverpool, 3-0 loss. I saw
hmm
United fans and I saw this bunch of just such negative, pessimistic ball of energy, which have nothing good going on with their club, and they resort to chanting about Steven Gerrard not winning the Premier League. मैंने बोला भाई, you had to go that far back to dig up against something, some sort of banter against them. That is sad. That is sad. And then I realized, dude, we might have to start doing the same because we're not doing shit. Fuck. What happens कि हम ऐसे करते रहे भाई, जिंदगी भर ही करते रहे हम लोग, और फिर हमारा क्या होगा हमारा. And I actually generally fear that. Actually, I generally fear that. Uh, Perplexed agrees. Totally agree with Viraj. Ownership is Bartholomew-esque. Manager is a loser who thinks he can disrespect a competition with state CFC are in. Players are mediocre. Luckily, no leaks rats at Stamford Bridge. I
I
mean,
don't think players are mediocre. I don't think
I,
players are
I
mediocre at all.
okay. Let's be honest. Okay, let's actually do a squad assessment. Okay, fine. I will tell
Hmm
you very honestly. I was actually thinking about this Yash the other day. I was actually trying to critically evaluate which players in Chelsea's best squad will start at any other Premier League club. I can tell you
It's
out of top.
it's very
Uh,
contingent. Ayusha, I mean, last season, would you say Semenyo was such a world beater?
Obviously not. Obviously not. I wouldn't say that. Obviously, I wouldn't say
And
that.
how much of his game has really improved, or Tavernier, or Anthony Robinson, or
Of course, of
I
of
mean,
course, of course. I
I
get your point, but those are that's Bournemouth, man. I mean, all fairness to Bournemouth, it's Bournemouth. बर्नमथ के एम्बिशंस भी उसी बर्नमथ के फाइनेंसेस और कैपिटल के हिसाब से हैं एंड उनकी कम्युनिटीज के हिसाब से है राइट इस क्लब का हिस्ट्री एक शेप्ड है बाय द सक्सेस वी हैव हैड वेदर वी लाइक इट और नॉट नाउ
no, no, no. I mean, you're missing the point. I mean, the point is कि आज तुमको, you know, some players might seem that they aren't, uh, you know, the best in the league and so on and so forth. They aren't performing at the levels expected. It's not because they aren't like, great players. It's because they aren't performing right now.
ओके ओके फाइन टेल मी
I
टेल
think a
मी
lot of your, yeah.
टेल मी सो हु डू यू थिंक आर एक्चुअली से जेन्युइन टैलेंट इन दिस स्क्वाड and who do you think and whatever given whatever your criteria of it will make it to say any other would who you would take at say Liverpool or you would
I
take
would
at
I
any
would
other
take at Liverpool. Okay, all right. So Pedro Neto,
okay you would take Pedro Neto okay that's very
I
interesting
take
okay
Pedro.
chalo theek hai
I take
theek
Pedro Neto. I don't know how bad his injury record is, but
it is pretty
Pedro
patchy bhai
Neto is good.
उसका injury
Uh,
record बहुत patchy है anyway
it's
okay Pedro
yeah,
Neto
injury record is something that's probably would. I mean, I might change my mind because of that. Then there is of course Cole Palmer,
fair
but
enough
Cole Palmer I'm not sure because he's too much of a luxury player.
yeah yeah
I don't
sometimes
know. I mean, there's
but
so I
he
mean he. Hmm.
you fine he goes in some top team in England वो जाएगा पक्का any club will take him right
Yeah, but I also see why Manchester City got rid of him.
hmm. but do you really think Palmer को हो रहा है because it's Palmer's performance or rather the whole team का level ही एक beyond से नहीं जा पा रहा है and which is also down to the manager but it's also down to the how the overall squad is you don't you
Hmm.
think so also I mean to what extent can I raise my game if the players around me itself are not that good I mean
Hmm.
not everyone is an Eden Hazard, you know, who can season by season जाते देता है कि वो हर स्क्वाड को उठाएगा. But even Eden Hazard had a Terry, had Lampards, had Petaceks, had Courtois, had Kante, had all these players, Matic, Ivanovic.
You have Caicedo, you have Enzo Fernandez, you have Romeo Lavia, you have Reece James, then you have Jadon Sancho, and
All these players, Yash, all these
I
players.
mean,
You,
let's get back to who are the players that I'd take for
yeah.
my team.
Who do you take? Who do you take?
So so Pedro Neto is one,
ठीक है,
Caicedo is one,
ठीक है.
Reece James is one.
On paper, चलो Palmer भी मान लो on paper. Forget where he
On
fits in a
paper,
team.
Palmer also,
Reece James, चलो ठीक है if he is not in
Romeo
hospital.
Lavia also.
चलो Romeo Lavia, okay, fine, okay.
These are
No one
squad
else.
players. These could be excellent squad players, right? I mean,
Yeah, right. So 4, 5 players, and the rest of the squad members, including the starting 11, does not start
yeah,
probably in any Champions League level club. Let's be honest. Let's be fair to
absolutely,
that.
absolutely.
Don't start anywhere in Champions League club. So on an average, we just have 4 or 5 group of players. Out of
Maybe
them, put your
Cucurella also.
Kukurea, of course, I would put there. I would personally put there keep Kukurea, Palmer, Caicedo, maybe. fine, okay. On paper, Reece James, okay, if he stays fit,
Mm,
and maybe Lavia, but Lavia, I can't say anything. Lavia has been in hospital FC for 2 seasons, so
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
how Lavia really plays. To be very honest,
yeah.
he
Yeah, the verdict is
shows
out.
promise. So the verdict is out for Lavia. So four players I have only who I can rely on. Out of them, only I honestly think Sancho is too. He lacks the Sancho's problem is he does not take on his man. He is usually the 1-2 kind of player. उसके पास burst or speed नहीं है to take on players. He doesn't do that. You know, with some at Dortmund he used to do that. He is not doing it in Premier League. That's his one. So it game become very one-sided sometimes. He's decent otherwise, but when it does not work, he will not take on the risk of having a one-on-one dribble because pace ही नहीं है भाई के पास to dribble past an opponent. You know, he doesn't have it. Then नेटो का प्रॉब्लम बताऊं क्या है नेटो का प्रॉब्लम है फुल एफर्ट गाय like no there's never lack in commitment and effort from neto but man he can put up stinkers at time where he will just go missing from games like in the sense that he'll doing something he's trying something but it's just not coming off despite his full effort he's trying a lot he tries a lot and he'll be a stinker of a game कुछ नहीं आ रहा कुछ कनेक्शन नहीं बैठ पा रहा कुछ रन नहीं है कुछ पास भी सही नहीं हो पा रहा
But
कुछ भी नहीं
Ayush, I just had this question. मतलब मेरे दिमाग में आया था. Trossard at Brighton
हाँ
or Neto at Wolves, who had a higher ceiling?
Trossard at Brighton or Neto at Wolves who had a higher ceiling I believe obviously I thought Neto had a higher ceiling but I have realized Neto को week in week out खेलते हुए देखते हुए कि Neto का एक थोड़ा गेम ना एक तो बस राइट फ्लैंक से खेल पाता है वो लेफ्ट फ्लैंक पे ही इज नॉट दैट इफेक्टिव एंड राइट फ्लैंक पे भी भाई द प्रॉब्लम इज he tries a lot Neto but he sometimes just goes missing from games then he does not know what to do
I I feel like he's just badly misused.
perhaps he
His
is
pace,
yeah.
his tenacity could have
Perhaps he
been
is
in a
perhaps
different
Neto is
system
misused yeah yes I
with
completely
wider
agree with that
space.
perhaps he is but we need goals that's it that's the thing that's the problem someone to finish he's not the one who will do that he does not score enough
Hmm.
goals or assists or any goal
I
contributions for
think
that नहीं आते
I
उससे
think
वो नहीं
the Chelsea City game was so telling in terms of, I mean, the judgment was made on Maresca
Hmm.
in that game,
Yeah.
on how this guy Guardiol, who's been the like a weak link for
Hmm.
City because he's always pushing forward and he's never really, like his discipline was in question and all of that. But in
Hmm.
that game, Guardiola capitalized on that.
Yeah. He played
And
amazing. He was amazing that game against Chelsea. He was amazing. One of the man of the match performances from me was Guardiola.
and the whole point of a
Amazing.
wing back is that you secure your wings.
Yeah. And he had it on lock
And
that day.
पता नहीं मादुए के क्या कर रहा था या जो भी, but man, I mean that game, Maresca was क्या बोलते हैं exposed, I think.
Of course, because पता चल गया आपको he gave too much respect to City. जो
Hmm.
जो Madrid, this City side, if you actually have to win, na, you have to press them at the goal. You have to press them badly.
Yeah,
You have to
correct.
make them vulnerable. Don't give them time to settle on the ball. Don't give them actually, unlike previous times where you would try you where you press them, but they would be able to play out from the back and actually expose you. They can't do that anymore. They actually get exposed. So we gave them too much respect, or they punished us, and that's on manager. ठीक है, that is completely on manager. वो मैं agree करता हूँ. But once again, to circle back, is the thing is you how did you expect these bunch of players and this manager to get the job done? And if you did not expect the job to get done top four, that is just horrible. You have given us 2 seasons of stinkers. One season we finished 12th. The second we finished 6th. I mean, dude, that वो भी
What are
I
your
don't know what
predictions for this season?
Man, as Daniel says here, I hope Chelsea at least finish above 14th. Need the transfer obligation triggered. Yeah, Daniel, तुम्हारे हाथों से ले लेंगे हम लोग. यार, Sancho, don't worry. This club ownership has made it sure. I honestly finished now think we'll finish sixth. I don't think we'll finish top four because now we have
You
tough
think
ground
you're
of
gonna
games,
finish
brother.
behind this Newcastle and City?
I think so. I really think so. I
Who's
think City
third?
will finish in top four for sure. Liverpool's Arsenal City pakka top four mein.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Agreed. Fourth spot, matlab, has to be between Newcastle, Nottingham, and Chelsea. Nottingham is still above Chelsea. Even if Nottingham drops off, I don't both Nottingham and Newcastle dropping off. Don't see it happening. And Brighton up
And
is right
Leeds
there
in
behind.
form.
Yeah, Brighton is right there behind. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
Brighton is right behind. Brighton एकदम पीछे ही है. Brighton एकदम पीछे ही है भाई. Brighton, Brighton is also right there. So really, it's very tight, and we still have to play Liverpool at home, Arsenal away, United at home. We have to play Nottingham away on the last day of the Premier League. Still, we have tough games.
Oh, that would be a tasty fixture.
Yeah. So really,
Anyway, I
right now,
mean, I feel, yeah,
I feel.
I
Yeah.
feel
Sorry, no, you
Chelsea
complete.
will eventually come back. I think both Newcastle and Nottingham are going to drop off, and
Uh,
Chelsea might finish fifth or fourth. It would be tight. But yeah,
Man,
at the moment, I don't feel confident at all. I mean,
I don't have
when
zero
I look
confidence.
at
I have
Levi
zero faith.
Colwill and Chaloba,
I have. I don't.
Levi
We have
Colwill and
Aston
Chaloba
Villa
is
away
not
at home.
a
Yash. I don't even care honestly, because मुझे पता है, I have lost faith in this ownership and in this squad. This squad is not good enough.
yeah.
I'm tired. दानियाल बोलते हैं कि yes, it struggles staying up to hello sir, struggle staying up to watch United eat to watch United eat at the moment struggling to watch United at the moment. The fans are very negative. Man, I don't blame you. If things are not going well, where is the positivity going to come from, really, yaar? If you think about it. And that's the same for Chelsea. The only positive we have to hark up on right now is what we did in the first half of the season. Fine. But first half season is gone now. What about now? What do we do now? What do we
Mm-hmm.
do now? And that's the big question. I'll just quickly wanted to go through certain things. I just wanted to show you, which is sending us even more mad because this is why I believe this ownership is inept, and I'll just show you why. Uh, and this is what, of course, the first thing I read, and it just, my goodness, what do I even, what do I even say? Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, the sporting directors, retain the full trust of Chelsea ownership despite the criticism frequently directed at them from supporters. I mean, really? These guys have the full trust of the owners? This is what I'm talking about, Yash. These guys are freaking. I mean, I don't know. even calling them even calling them assholes is actually doing assholes a disservice. They're just freaking just maniacal. They're evil, dude. They're like don't care. They literally don't care. If you're still saying that they have our full trust, then my goodness, which rock are you guys living under, bhai? Which rock are you living under? And it is this kind of stuff, yaar, Yash, which is actually मुझे उससे गुस्सा आ रहा है देखकर. This is kind of the news we're seeing. And what is happening, man? What is if अगर 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 ये से गुस्सा नहीं आएगा, तो क्या आएगा फिर बताओ? Marial says City is 6 points behind Liverpool. By the way, I wouldn't count them out. Man, is it? They're
Are
six
they?
points behind.
Arsenal is 7 points behind, so
And let me just
they're
quickly show the
at least
table.
10 points. They're at least 10 points behind.
Let me see the Premier League table quickly. Uh, table, if I'm correct, right now, okay, Liverpool's on 60, and
They're 16 points behind.
my dad 60, not 6 by. Ah, yeah, get your maths right, brother. They're way behind. This is nothing gonna happen. Yeah, this is not gonna. Nothing's gonna happen. This is not happening. कुछ नहीं होगा. No, 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 no. Please, let's
They're
not
nine
entertain.
points behind Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal might if they lose enough games, they might. But I think they'll finish second. I think they might be Nottingham to third for sure. City. I think City
See,
will climb.
the really interesting thing about this chase is that Arsenal have lost their strikers. They've lost Martinelli, they've lost Havertz, they've lost uh, Saka,
Yeah,
and but they are always in form. So there's this thing that they've played for 2, 3 seasons together, and they're really on song. And if Liverpool lose the next 3 games, or at least drop off some points, it's going to
yeah.
be very, very interesting. If
Man,
they
I
draw
don't.
today, lose tomorrow,
Who do they
and
have
draw
next?
again, they have City next. Tonight they're playing Aston Villa away, and then they have Newcastle at home.
Let's get this going. Let me quickly see who they have next. Let's see. Let's see. Let's
City
see.
away. They have City
Okay.
away.
So Aston. Okay, if you guys have Aston Villa at away, you have Aston Villa
So
away
this is
on
tonight.
Wednesday night.
Yeah,
Which is yes, which is tonight. Oh
tonight.
shit! Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is tonight. Of course, this is tonight. You have Aston Villa away. On Sunday, you have City away. On and next Wednesday night, in a week's time, you have Newcastle at home. What do you see, brother, in these 9 points? 9 points at stake here. What are you thinking? What do you think? Do you
I'm
think?
I feel Liverpool can win all of these games, but they might also. So that's one possibility.
Hmm.
But realistically, I feel like there are 2 draws, 1 win.
I feel there are two wins and a draw here. Is my thing. I see one of them will you will drop points. I see you winning against Newcastle at home. Most probably, I think that
Hmm.
should be a win. For City away, I don't know which City will show up once again. Because if the City against Newcastle show up, then yeah, it's gonna
So
be a
City are playing
crazy.
Real Madrid tonight away.
They're playing Madrid tonight.
Yeah,
They're playing Madrid tonight, so that will be interesting to watch what kind of team is fielded there. And I think they will have one, but then again, they'll field a full strength team tonight because they're eyeing.
absolutely. They
That's the
have to
one
win this
competition.
game.
They have to win this game, simple as that, right? So I think they may be slightly distracted and maybe, but then again, you have also tonight's game. So I think fitness might be both, but they may have a more tiring and more exhausting game because they're traveling way
Hmm.
to Madrid
Correct,
after all,
correct,
right?
correct, correct. Absolutely.
So I would give Liverpool the edge, a little edge for that game for sure. But tonight against Aston Villa away, we obviously, as Alan said, Rashford against Liverpool. So that might be
And
interesting.
see, I mean,
He had a very interesting
yeah.
debut. Yeah, Rashford was it. I
Ah,
liked
I
his.
saw, I saw the highlights.
Yeah,
I saw the
his free.
highlights.
He had a free kick which hit the post, and then Watford scored from that rebound of that free kick also.
And he was tracking back.
Oh man, he was tracking back. He was doing things he was not doing before. Yeah, he was doing things he was not doing before.
Also, with
Similar.
Liverpool, I feel like there's a lot of now kind of backlash that
Yeah,
Slot is receiving for this Diaz experiment, playing Diaz as the false nine, and it's not, like paying dividends. So maybe we see Nunes starting again,
probably. Who knows? I think he might
or
experiment.
Jota.
I think Jota deserves a start. I mean, Jota is like your man. I really like Diego Jota, man. That's a player I would love to have at Chelsea. To be very honest, that's a guy I would love to have at
But
Chelsea.
Jota is also injury prone, and he
Very,
is
yeah. Hospital
also.
FC, yeah. Hospital FC also Jota is, yeah. Unfortunately, he is also Hospital FC. Unfortunately, I would just letting you know why. A lot of people told me in my WhatsApp chats that these protests don't matter and whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, POIS is a very famous Chelsea Twitter account. He is a great
Yeah.
news collaborator. Is saying at least 200 CFC fans, potentially more, are expected to protest against Chelsea's model next Tuesday by unveiling banners. And I am glad. More the merrier, more the better. Make your voices heard. Get these clowns out. Put some pressure, man. At least I don't know if you can actually get these people out. Even actually, if this will be successful. And I want to show you once again why, Yash. Another reason
Mm.
why these people need to be left alone. And this is an interview. I will share the link of this account. Please go for follow Chelsea Empire for these. The tweet goes: "Get these vultures out of a club. They have destroyed Chelsea brick by brick. This is beyond repairable. Brighton model at Chelsea is the biggest scam in the world football. F you Ekbali, F your dirty money." So in this post, basically, I don't know if the volume will come. I will try to
Yeah,
play
I
this.
think three
Is coming?
three different
Yeah, yeah.
reasons for it. I think one, if done well, you could make money on each specific enterprise. I think what Jerry's done, Blitz, Ian, you guys have done, you bought well, you're going to make money on this specific investments. Two, if done right, if you use data, if you're thoughtful about this global market for talent and access to talent, that's not not effectively done through a draft, an NFL draft or an NBA draft, or the extensive college or baseball farm system, which I would attribute as a multi-club effectively model. You can actually capture, acquire, retain, sign talent, and monetize talent. So I think there's a talent arbitrage opportunity that exists. And three, for an AC Milan or Chelsea, it's the perfect pathway, right, of developing talent, whereby you don't have to spend crazy money on payroll. For there's teams in the Premier League that spend 10% of what the top 5, 6 teams spend on payroll. We hired a coach away from Brighton. We think they're one of the best runs teams in the Premier League. Um, uh, Founder owner is a sports gaming.
I don't even want to go on, man. I don't even want to go on. I hope our case made a clear, Yash, of what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
This is Vedad
Yeah.
Iqbali, one of the key drivers and promoters of Clear Lake Capital Group. And this guy is
Mm.
clearly saying Brighton is a
Yeah.
club we appreciate. Brighton is the model we want to emulate. Everything
Mm-hmm.
he has said is what has been done at Chelsea Football Club. They don't care about winning. They don't care about success. They don't care if we don't play Champions League for the next 5 years. They don't care if we attract the top talent by breaking the wage structure from one time from once in a while by and getting that player that will help the club. They don't care. They just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
This is their model. This is their brainchild. Flipping players, arbitraging of talent, flipping the talent for higher for returns, spending 10% of what the top five does, and still making profits. Huge potential in clubs like AC Milan and Chelsea to do so. Multi-club models. I don't know what to even say,
I
man.
won't deny I'm enjoying it. I love it.
Obviously you will love it. Obviously you can watch us collapse and just fall apart as a fan base, of course. But but this is unfortunately torturous for me, man. I mean, मैं जिंदगी में जब कुछ नहीं था ना, जब जब आप एक शाय ऑकवर्ड किड थे आप, और जब मैं था एक शाय ऑकवर्ड किड, बस यही होता था भाई, क्लब, दिस वाज द वे टू सोशलाइज फॉर मी growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that kind of socialization with such a entity, with an institution,
Yeah.
it hurts. It hurts when someone treats it as this vehicle for this big corporate capital ownership of finance capital to just expand and profit and munafa and karobar, munafe pe munafa, as to quote Sunny Deol, like Tariq pe Tariq, like munafe pe munafe pe, like, this is, I'm tired. Lots of fans are tired, man. We are tired of this. We can't take any more of this. We're a joke now, bhai. You know we're banter. You laughing. You are laughing because we are a joke. We are a joke, भाई. हम है मजाक. हमारा मजाक उड़ना भी चाहिए, क्योंकि हम बन चुके हैं मजाक. We're the and butt of jokes of everyone. What a joke of everyone. All right. I also wrap up now. Rush, I'll just take one last comment before we sign off. Uh, when Chelsea ownership said that their impressive partner model, it was a red flag, brother. Yes, it was a red flag, brother. It was beyond a red flag, brother. Yeah, it is the brightest red flag. The brightest, the biggest red flag you can see. We should have seen that and said, let's run. Let us bhago in logo se. But we don't have a choice, right? We fans did not have a choice. हमारे पास choice ही नहीं थी हमारे पास. We had no clue and absolute this. So hence, before I go, I will once again to remind people of what's going on. I will say this, that please, whoever is in London, whichever Chelsea fan is in London, will please go. I will share you the details of the protest. If you can, guys, make it, man. Please go, man. Please go. Join in numbers. Join here. I think there's a protest label here on Chelsea Empire's page here somewhere. I'm trying to find it. Yes, there it is. It is. I don't know where this is in London, but Bovril Gate. I'm sure people who live in London, who live in UK, probably already know this about London. 25th Feb, 6 p.m. I think Greenwich time. Please go, yaar. Jao, yaar. Make your voice heard. This should be the start of something ideally. I don't know if something will happen after this, but we need to keep a momentum. We need to start a momentum of protests against these people. And I think it has to go beyond also just protesting. It has to start with boycott of games, boycott of these products, club products. वहां से भी करना पड़ेगा. You have to hurt them. You have to hurt the biggest thing that hurts these people. Only that way we can be effective as a protest, as a effective and actionable, and actually hurt these people and make them listen to you. When stadiums खाली जाने लगेंगे, जब जर्सीज नहीं बिकने लगेगी, जब प्लेयर्स के यूएस स्टोर्स पे लोग मेंबरशिप नहीं लेना काम बंद करेंगे, जब सीजन टिकट सेल्स नहीं होंगी, तब जाके थोड़ा सा फाइनेंशियली भी, इकोनॉमिकली भी इनको हिट करेगा. So we need to economically hit them. This is the only way also they listen. This is good for media presence. Obviously, protesting, I'm not saying it's a useless thing. I think it's very important because you collectivize, different people come together and can voice and share these opinions. And but it is what it is. I think we have to start somewhere, and this is a start. This is a start, man, and we needed this start. Honestly, मैं तो बहुत टाइम से बोल रहा था. मैं वही टाइम से बहुत बोल रहा था. मैं बहुत टाइम से यही बोल रहा था. Because once again, Ash, once again, okay, last thing before we sign out, the last thing only before we sign out is this, and I laid it out to you, and I agree with this from POS, and this is what he has said. Let's lay out some facts. There will be no sporting director review because they are doing exactly what their job description is by Clear Lake. Egbali and Feliciano have told them a brief of the squad building, and they are doing it. Yes, they are not Chelsea level, but they are puppets. Yes, men, and will not speak up to Baghdad or Jose, the dictators, as they would be removed. Clear Lake are the ones to go in for this protest. I mean, I don't agree with this completely, but it is complete. They are not changing the model. This is clear. It goes against how private equity operates. There will be no leaders or proven winners signed. You know why? They cost. Top players cost wages. It's easier to hedge and place bets on young players. Even if they fail, you are way likely to get a return on them. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better. People who, while meanwhile, are enjoying Chelsea's self combustion, enjoy it, enjoy an implosion. We were also obviously not enjoying it, but I feel it's exciting times. I think we can. There is a time to. This is exciting time for this club. I would believe for our fans. I think there is a ray of some sort of coming together. There are still many differences amongst how the hell we'll take this whole thing forward. But as for Aston Villa away, I wish you luck, brother, because I really hope you do win the Premier League. Because I know we're gonna doing so well in the coming few weeks. Um, we ourselves have to play Villa away this weekend, so I'm pretty afraid of that. So, उसी से मुझे डर लग रहा है. We have City Madrid also tonight. We have not even talked about that, which I feel. Well,
It's
even
going
if
to be a really, really interesting game.
it'll be an interesting game, but unless some miracle happens and City win at the Bernabeu, which
I
will
mean,
be insane,
it's not
insane kind
as
of game.
impossible as you think because City are playing with Chouameni as their center
Center back
back.
for the longest time. Longest time. Uh, Perplex says, I hope for Madrid 5 City nil. Bapre. Man, wow. Yeah, that's a wow. Let's see how it goes. Let's see. I don't think it'll be that bad a loss, even if it's a loss for City.
Underestimate, never underestimate Pep.
I don't know, with their, especially after the game against Newcastle, they looked very solid actually for a change defensively. They stopped Isaac, yeah. They stopped Isaac. This Newcastle attack is pretty decent. Let's be honest. Isaac is menace. We know this.
They
They
didn't
stopped,
stop Isaac. They stopped the midfield and the supply to
of course,
Isaac,
of course.
which
But even
made
that's true. That's true. The midfield battle was
which made
completely won by City.
Mahrez and Tonali look so mediocre in that game.
Yeah, yeah,
They were overrun.
yeah, yeah. They were completely around. I think, and the midfield battle will be key.
Yeah,
Midfield battle will be key. Marmoush is so good. Marmoush is excellent. What a excellent hat trick, man. I saw that game and I told you, Yash, great player in the making, I think. Great player. The next Egyptian wonder kid after Salah to light up the Premier League, I believe. I honestly believe.
coming
Inshallah.
just at the right time. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Salah
yeah.
might leave next season and he might be the only Egyptian.
He was so good. So good and so good looking also, भाई. मतलब freaking sharp looking guy. Like and what a क्या goals मारे थे. Like excellent. He looked good against Chelsea itself. He was very offside
Yeah,
in
he
that game.
did. He did.
It actually looked
He
good in that
did.
game. He was making बस थोड़ा सा टाइमिंग ऑफ द रन उसके ऑफ थी नहीं तो उसके सही एकदम सही रन्स मार रहा था हर बॉल पे हर दे वर सिटी वर फाइंडिंग हिम यू नो सो yeah, I think it's a good future for City. City is already, I think this season is just gonna be like a phase where there is gonna be just like Champions League khatam karo, finish karo,
Yeah,
maybe
this
FA Cup
this is
jeet
going
jao,
to be like
a
Pep's
transition
first
kind of
season.
rebuild year. Next
Yeah,
season, brother, मैं बता रहा हूँ यश जीत जाओ इस सीजन प्रीमियर लीग कुछ रिलीफ ले लो नेक्स्ट सीजन these guys the machine will be back up and running up
yeah,
and running
absolutely.
it'll be back again they'll be back again this पेप का बस ऑफ सीजन हो गया हो गया उसका ऑफ सीजन अब वो फिर से रगड़ेगा there are going to be more signings there and they all you could already that new look city you could already see it against Newcastle very young side most all the young scorers Marmoush McCarthy Haaland these are all young players
Mm-hmm.
Foden these are the future these and that Nico Gonzalez and they are
That Bob guy, I
and
the
and they'll get all
Swedish Okay.
Yes. Even Oscar Bob, to chalo, had a season-long injury since the beginning of the season, so he will come back next season, though, right? He's also gonna be that. He's also pretty young, so they've got a good future. It's unfortunate,
That
Oscar
pussy
Bob.
guy
No.
also
Yes, they
center
have
back.
exactly, and they're. And I think what future may I don't know what will have what will happen to their goalkeeper situation. That'll be interesting to see. Will they stick with Edison or they will uh, stick with probably I don't know Ortega? I don't know. This is very interesting. I think Edison might leave next season though. Republic says U Y and WA to you, Bhaiya. Obviously to you, Yash. Big up. Hope you put City in their place in England and we put them in a place in Europe. Spoiled brats, eh?
On that note, on that
on that
note,
note, on that note,
stay humble, eh?
stay humble, eh? Stay humble, people.
Stay
Stay
humble.
humble. Stay humble. Big up to everyone who showed up in the chat. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Please like this video. And big up to you. Drop a comment. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with everyone you know. Share it with the person on the road you meet randomly. Share it with everyone. Take care, folks. And shall see you soon. Take care. Peace.